Hello students. It was discovered as early as 600 BC that when two bodies are rubbed with one another, they acquire the property of attracting light objects like paper, teeth, etc. The two bodies are said to be electrified. For example, if a rod of ebonite is rubbed with fur, both get electrified. Similarly, glass and silk also get electrified when rubbed. We have example of pen. When we rub pen with our hair, both get electrified. Further, it is found that two rods of ebonite repel and it attracts glass rod. Triboelectric series. Now we'll discuss triboelectric series. What is triboelectric series? Triboelectric series. Triboelectric series is the list that ranks material according to their tendency to gain or lose electron. The process of electron transfer as a result of two objects coming in contact with one another and then separated is called triboelectric series, and the phenomena is called triboelectric effect. Now we have H for hair and nylon, glass, leather, fur, silk, paper, cotton, wood, wool, amber, balloon, polyester, plastic, Teflon and ebonite. We can give for remembrance we can give it a symbol: glass for G, leather for silk S, paper P, cotton C, wood W, wool, amber A, balloon B, polyester P, plastic P, Teflon and ebonite is not. So we can remember it with the help of HNGL for SPCW, wool, ABPP, ebonite. H stands for hair, N for nylon, G for glass, L for leather and fur. S silk, P paper, C cotton, W wood and then wool, A for amber, B for balloon, P for polyester, then plastic, Teflon and ebonite. Now this topmost will be the positively charged and here it will be negatively charged. That means when we rub hair and nylon, hair will be positively charged and nylon will be negatively charged. In the same way, hair and glass, hair will be positively charged and glass will be negatively charged. Now we will see glass and silk. So here glass will be positively charged and as for silk, silk will be negatively charged. That means in this series of the material, we often with the help of experiment, different lot of experiment performed and according to that this triboelectric series has been developed. Charge. Charge is the property of an object by virtue of which it applies electrostatic force of interaction on other object. Charge may be positively charged or are negatively charged. Like charge repels and unlike charge attract each other. Now, characteristics of a charge. The characteristics of charge. The first property is charge is quantized. That means a quantization property. Charge is quantized. Charge on an object can be integer multiple of a small charge. Suppose the small charge is E, so integer multiple will be N, so will be Q. So charge on an object, total charge on an object is Q. So it is integer multiple where N may be 1, 2, 3, 4, but N cannot be 1.5 or 0.5 or etc. And E is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So charge on an object is maybe N into E, that means multiple of 1.6, that means 3.2 and so on, 5.4 etc. into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, but it cannot be 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So it will be suppose it will act as a packet. So total charge on an object Q will be equal to NE. So N is 1, 2, 3, 4 etc. Now, the second property is conservation. Conservation of a charge. Charge can neither be created or nor be destroyed, but it can be transferred from one object to another object. That means total charge on an object is conserved. Total charge in this universe is always conserved. We cannot create, we cannot destroy, we can transfer. We can only transfer electron from one object to another object. If I rub this pen with my shirt, both will get charged. Electron will be transferred from one object to another object and both will be charged. Recently, a new particle has been discovered called quark. Recently, a new particle has been discovered. It is known as quark. It contains charge. Plus minus E by 3, 2E by 3. So here it is not quantized as I told before, but quark is the proton and neutrons are combination of other entities called quark, which have charge 1/3 of electron and 2/3 of electrons, maybe plus charge and maybe minus charge. The proton and neutron are combination of other entities called quark, which have 1/3 of electron. However, isolated quark have not been observed, so quantum of charge is still E. Quantum of charge is still E. Coulomb's law. Coulomb's law says that the force of attraction or repulsion between two charges are directly proportional to the product of charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Coulomb's charge is true for 10 to the power minus 15 meter. So Coulomb's charge says that the force of attraction square of the distance between them. Coulomb's law states that the force of attraction or repulsion between two charges are directly proportional to the product of charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Suppose we have two objects, object A and object B. Both are charged. And if we place these two objects at certain distance, Coulomb's charge is true for 10 to the power minus 15 meter, I would like to say. So suppose we have two objects, object A and object B, both are charged and they are placed at certain distance, say R. Then there will be a force of attraction, or maybe there will be a force of repulsion between these two charges. Say the force of attraction or repulsion between these two objects is F. Then Coulomb's charge states that the force of attraction between two charges, suppose this object is Q1 and object is Q2 charged and they are separated by R distance, then Coulomb's law says that the force of attraction or repulsion between two charges are directly proportional to the product of these two charges. And also in the second part it says it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. If we combine these two, so we can write F, that is force, is directly proportional to Q1 Q2 by R square. And if we replace this proportionality sign, we know we can put a constant. Say the constant is K, then F will be equal to K Q1 Q2 by R square, where K is the constant and the value of K is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. The value of K is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. And epsilon is the permittivity of the free space. The value of epsilon 0 is 8.85 into 10 power minus 12 Coulomb square per Newton meter square. 8.85 into 10 power minus 12 Coulomb square per Newton meter square. If we put K equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. If we put value of epsilon 0 8.85 into 10 power minus 12 Coulomb square per meter square here, so we will have 4 into the value of pi is 22 by 7 or 3.14. So it will be equal to 9 into 10 power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. So it will be equal to 9 into 10 power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. So finally we can write F is equal to K. So instead of K we can place 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. So F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square. This is the Coulomb's law. So we understood that the force of attraction or repulsion between two objects, charged object, is directly proportional to the product of charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So finally we have F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square, where the value of epsilon 0 is 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12 Coulomb square per meter square, and finally the value of K will be 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. If there is another medium, epsilon 0 is the permittivity of free space, and say if there is another medium, point charge except air or vacuum, then epsilon 0 is replaced by epsilon 0 K or epsilon 0 epsilon R, or only epsilon, where K or the epsilon R is called dielectric constant. What is called? Dielectric constant. Dielectric constant or relative permittivity of that medium. Relative that medium. For air, we will omit it here. Okay. So for air or vacuum, the value of K is equal to 1. Or for water, K is 81. And for metals, the value of K is infinite. Okay. So, according to Coulomb's law, the force of attraction or repulsion between two objects is directly proportional to the product of the charges and the inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So finally we have F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square. So the question arises, how far distance this should be separated? We can bring it exactly together, but there should be a distance that should be greater than 10 to the power minus 12 meter. Otherwise, the Coulomb's law will not exist. So, if distance is much more greater, suppose infinite, so there will be theoretically there will be a force of attraction or repulsion if it is separated at infinite distance. But practically, it is not possible. Practically, the force of attraction or repulsion between two objects acts at a certain distance. The area around the charge is called electric field. So field where we can experience force of attraction or force of repulsion. So now we will discuss about electric field. What is electric field? The area surrounding a charge in which we can experience force of attraction or repulsion is electric field. Now, electric field. The space in the surrounding of any charge in which its influence can be experienced is called electric field. Suppose a charge Q. So, the force of attraction or repulsion may be experienced theoretically up to infinite distance. But theoretically, the force of attraction or repulsion may be experienced at certain distance. This space of surrounding where force of attraction or repulsion can be experienced is called electric field. So electric field is the space in the surrounding of any charge in which its influence can be experienced is called electric field. Now electric field line. What is electric field line? We will discuss electric field line now. Electric field line. An electric field line is an imaginary line. It's a virtual line, hypothetical line. Actually, it does not exist. So, electric field line is an imaginary line. It may be a straight or curved line, but not zigzag. It may be a straight or curved line drawn through a region of a space so that its tangent at any point is in the direction of electric field vector at that point. So, an electric field line at any point the relative closeness of the line at some place gives an idea about the intensity of the electric field at that point. We will discuss what is intensity, but the relative closeness, if electric field line is very closed, so the intensity will be high. If it is the electric field line is at a distance separated, then electric field intensity will be weaker. So what I said, an electric field line is a virtual line, an imaginary line, it may be a straight line or curved line drawn through a region of a space so that its tangent at any point is in the direction of electric field vector at that point. The relative closeness of the lines at some place gives an idea about the intensity of the electric field at that point. Now, we have some properties or characteristics of the electric field line. Hypothetically, they are considered continuous curve. In an electric field, starting from positive charge and ending with the negative charge. So, first, what is the first property? They are considered continuous curve in an electric field. So it originates from positively charged. So suppose there is a charge Q, so positive charge. So always originate, we consider it. It is not actually happening, but we consider that electric field line originates from positive charge. Originate from positive charge in all directions. And vice versa, electric field line ends at negative charge. We can say electric field line go inside a negatively charged body. See, Q is a Q1, so say Q1 and this is Q2 suppose. So Q1 is a positively charged. So we can show the electric field line originating from this positive charge. And in the same way, if it is a negative charge, Q2 is a negatively charged body. So the electric field line is inserting into it. It is not actually happening, but we consider it. As we know, electric field line is an imaginary line drawn through a region of the space so that its tangent at any point is in the direction of electric field vector at any point. And if it is the electric field line is very close, suppose, then the electric field intensity will be strong. And if the electric field they are not close, very close, the electric field line is not so close, then the electric field intensity will be weaker. Now, second property, I will omit it. Now, the second property, the tangent to the curve at any point gives the direction of electric field line. The tangent, second property, the tangent electric field. Now, the tangent to the curve at any point gives the direction of electric field line. Now, the third property, no two lines of force ever intersect each other. Two lines, it is not possible. Two lines of force or electric field line never intersect each other. It will be so two line of. Now number 4. The line of force are always normal or perpendicular to the surface while leaving or ending on the surface. That is, no component of electric field intensity parallel to the surface of the conductor. Number 5. The line of force exert a lateral pressure on and experience a tension along their path. Now, what we learned about line of force so far? What we learned? We learned that electric field line originates from positive charge. So suppose this is a positive charge. So electric field line always originates from a positive charge, and electric field line aims at negative charge. That is. So originating positive charge originates electric field line, and negative charge takes electric field line. Suppose what if we put two charges all together? What will happen? Suppose two positive charges are placed. So what will happen? Positive charge originate electric field. So it will be originating. In the same way, this is also positive charge. So electric field line will be originating. This is originating. There will be this field line cannot go this way. This cannot go this way. So there will be repulsion. So it will be like this. Okay. If two positive charge, then electric field line will be this way. What if positive charge and negative charge? What will happen if one positive charge and one negative charge are placed together? So what will happen? Two electric field line cannot intersect each other. So what will happen? The positive charge originates electric field line this way, and this will this way. So what will happen? Electric field line will be originating from this positive field, and it will go like this and inserting to the negative field. Again, it will go like this, originating from positive field and inserting to negative charge. Originating from positive charge and now negative, inserting into negative charge. The same way, it will originate and inserting, originating and inserting, originating and inserting, originating and inserting, originating. So sorry, it is inserting. Okay. What if the charge object is rectangular? Suppose it is a rectangular shape object and it is positive charge. So what will happen? It is originating from all direction, originating. Electric field line is originating like this. Okay. And if it is rectangular negative field, so it will go like this. Okay. Thank you for participating.